Good evening, America. I hope you had a blessed week. Mine was treacherous. I had to listen to the impeachment. Hours. I got over 40 hours in this week on YouTube watching that garbage. Watching the lies and the Democrats. I couldn't get over how Schiff lies and the other Republican cronies back him up. Now they're either all as dishonest as him or they're all stupid enough to believe his lies. And between me and you, I wouldn't want to vote for either one of those people. Somebody who's too stupid to know when their buddy's lying, or somebody that likes to lie as much as Schiff. You never get my vote. They said that the funds were held up. They were held up for 55 days, during which time there was 5 meetings taking place with our government in Ukraine. The last one was with 2 senators, 1 Democrat, 1 Republican. They were in conjunction. They said, yes, you can release the funds. He is running a non-criminal platform. They want to rewrite the 4.5 pages and turn it into 40 pages of venom towards this new president. The problem is we have the transcript, and I've read it. It's only 4.5 pages. Anybody that really cared about what they were doing as far as an impeachment would have taken 5 minutes and read the transcript. They want to turn his words around and rewrite the transcript to suit their narrative. That's not how it works. So in 55 days they had 5 meetings. That's a meeting every 10 days. That's a lot of meetings to be going to a foreign country over, especially if we're not talking a trade deal like with China. Now, when he asked for intervention, what he asked for, and his words were verbatim, I would like you to do us a favor. Our country has been through a lot. So there was nothing there for him personally. The Democrats can't understand this because everything they do is for themselves. It's not for their constituents. It's not for the people that voted for him. It's for themselves, not for America, because we all know Democrats hate America. That's why they want open borders. They don't have a problem with over 60% of all births in America belonging to illegal aliens. 60% of all births. Now then, at the same time, over half of the black babies in New York are killed. Over half. Most of the black babies never make it to the world. They never get to see a sunrise. They never get to see a sunrise. So that's your Democrats. Black lives don't matter. Black people don't matter. Just black votes every 4 years. And you'll get some more lies from them. If you look at the 10 worst cities in America to live in, they are run by Democrats. Coincidence? I think not. Let's see. Mr. Raskin, he showed up as an idiot, as always. Chicken Cohen from Nashville called the leader an actor. The leader of a foreign country who is supposed to be our ally, called him an actor. And I love the way they all make such a big thing out of, there are so many people that died. There was 13 people that died because the aid was held up. Are you kidding me? How about you give me some numbers how many people died while Obama for 8 years didn't give them any support other than blankets? And I saw an interesting whistleblower from the Ukraine who talked about Obama held up their shipments too. Only when Obama held them up when they had a $500,000, a $500,000, or a $500 million package coming, Obama would hold it up 2 or 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Then he'd send them half. Tell them we had problems. So they'd get $250 million instead of $500 million. That's how Obama took care of it. Nobody said a word. That's A-OK because it's Obama. One big mistake on America. Obama. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this week we're going to see something really sad. We're going to see something that's happened before. You haven't heard it on Fox, MSNBC, Clinton News Network, CNN. You got it here first on Decision 2020. Don't forget that. This is the second time in our nation's history that a president has been illegally impeached. When I say illegally, I mean their whole impeachment process has been built on lies. The exculpatory evidence that they had for President Trump that would let him go, that they got down in the skiff, down in the basement, the bowels of the White House, they're not releasing that because then they wouldn't have any type of impeachment. I tried to tell Jerry Nadler 3 months ago, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something if you want to impeach our president. You're trying to look like a hero, but you're coming out like a zero. Not only is he a pedophile, and he makes me sick for that issue, but he lies every time he opens his mouth because I listened to his statements, and he manipulated the whole thing. He got 45 minutes opening and closing. He was the only one that got 45 minutes. And he opened and closed everything with lies. Nowhere in the whole conversation was the word demand ever put. He never demanded that the leader of Ukraine go on CNN and publicly announce an investigation into the Bidens, okay? He doesn't need to do that. He already knows the Bidens are dirty. They've tried telling the FBI, and the FBI wouldn't accept it coming from them. They got so bad and the swamp was so deep. FISA needs to go, okay? Anytime you come out with the IG report like we got this last week that was so discriminating, over 17 lies and 59 mistakes on it, are you kidding me? And there's not a FISA judge anywhere that's saying a word? Okay. Just like when President Trump offered the president of Mexico military force to come in and wipe out the cartels, the president denied the help. Between me and you, that president's getting paid by the cartels. That's his money machine. Otherwise, he would have said, yeah, let's get rid of these scumbags. Same thing's going on with this impeachment. Same thing's going on with the Democrats. People that don't trust can't be trusted because they think everybody else is a crook like they are. And this is the problem with this impeachment. It's illegal. It's all based on lies that never happened. But you see, whenever we get a president that does something good for the black population, he gets extra amount of pushback. Right now, I think it's at 40% of the black vote has come over from the Democrats to the Republicans. They're finally seeing that racism, slavery, the holding back of people of color in this nation have always been from the Democrats. They started the Ku Klux Klan. You got the Jim Crow laws. I mean, come on. There's no way in hell if I was black I would ever be a Democrat. I don't care. I don't care. It just, the facts are what the facts are. Our first Republican president, the first one that got illegally impeached, happened on April 14th, 1865. This is about 6 weeks after the Civil War. We had freed the slaves, and that pissed off a lot of Democrats that the slaves were now free. So they shot him. John Wilkes Booth, who was an actor, come from an acting family, kills the president. Now, they shot him dead a couple weeks later when they found him in Maryland, Virginia, wherever it was. But here's what I think is fascinating. That was the first illegal impeachment. We're looking at the second one coming up this week. So there's history going to be made. I'll watch it, let you know how it came out. But the thing that gets me is the first dog that was ever photographed as the first dog of the nation from a president was also Abraham Lincoln's dog. I'm doing the best I can to find out more about Fido. That was his name, and he also was assassinated. Now, I can't prove it yet, and I'm still digging, but I'm pretty sure it was a Democrat that shot his dog, because that's just the way these idiots work. Excuse me. I can't believe the lies. How someone can even live with themselves after lying like that. And you know when you're lying that you're lying. But that's just the way of life for Shift. And Nadler. Nadler too. I'm listening to Jerry Nadler. Lie, 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 lie. I wasn't brought up that way, man. You're not supposed to lie. My mother always taught me if you lose your head over the deal, it's better that you tell the truth than to live a liar. Better to die truthful than to live a lie. She was a smart old gal. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. If you got anything out of it, like, share, subscribe. We also started a GoFundMe page. I think you go to Facebook and you go to GoFundMe. Type in all capital letters, Decision Making 2020. Trying to get a laptop so I don't have to have these notes here from my coffee receipt at McDonald's. But when you're listening to 8-9 hours a day of news and you hear something that needs to be straightened out that people are lying about, you write it down, you make your notes. With a laptop, you just pull that page up and you can read it right from the source. Back when I was doing conspiracies 20 years ago and Bill Clinton was in the White House, I had my radio show for a couple of years. And actually it's about 7 years. I loved it that Bill Clinton was the president. I loved it I was doing conspiracy theories, because the conspiracies never quit while he was in the White House. It was nonstop. We always had entertainment and stuff to report on. He's about as dirty as they come, I thought, until Obama got in there. Now that's even worse. Now we got a feller in the White House that's not a Republican, he's not a Democrat, and nobody can buy him because he's got his own money, so he's kind of dangerous. But he's taken us down a road that I'm glad he has, because he's addressing a lot of things everybody's been afraid to address. He's not afraid of the Democrats. He ain't afraid of the Chinese. I am. I could see the Chinese getting in there and helping Biden win, because after they gave his son $1.3 billion, Biden is a cheap date. Excuse me. Trying to kick the tail end of this cold. Biden's a cheap date, $1.3 billion, and you got pretty much anything you wanted out of him trade-wise. If he was the president, they could get this trade deal done, give him $1 trillion, and they could make $100 trillion off it, and he'd sell himself out just that short, because he's bowling ball Biden, and he's as sharp as a bowling ball. Oh, this is getting bad. little tea here. So, we got a real interesting week going on. It's going to be the second time our president's been illegally impeached. Like I said, the first time was Abraham Lincoln when Boot shot him in the head. So, you folks have a very blessed week. I'll keep up on the news, keep reporting back to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Decision Making 2020 will give me a laptop. That way I can pull up the windows and give you guys my sources. Like that C-SPAN clip that I kept putting up on Facebook of Pelosi, excuse me, teaching the new freshman Democrats how to lie. And it was a class. And they pulled it down 3 times in 1 week on me. I quit posting it. Man, this is getting bad. I'm going to have to wrap it up, land this plane. Like, share, subscribe. Send this out, share it with friends. Check out Decision Making 2020 on GoFundMe. Throw a buck or two in there if you can. It'll help me out. When I do a 15-minute podcast like this, it'll take 6 hours to download onto YouTube from my cell phone. Just want to make it as best as possible as I can for you. And that way I've got all my sources right there. I can let you know who's saying what. You have a blessed day. Don't forget to pray for our president. God bless America. God bless our president and everyone that voted for him. Bye for now.